is taking place in Galveston, Texas this Saturday. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's just after 9 o'clock. I have a guest in studio. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then share the organization that he is with here today. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Albert Tapia. I'm one of the co-owners of Submissions on the Shore. My significant other, Courtney Danielle Carlson, one of our owners, lady-owned event as well.
Awesome. So, okay, Submissions on the Shore.
Yes.
There's an event taking place. I believe it's tomorrow. What do we have going on?
It is tomorrow, Saturday at the Moody Gardens Resort right here in Galveston. We have a 16-team all-women's event, 3-on-3, battling it out for $5,000. First place winner takes all. Doors open at 2. Event starts at 3. You can buy tickets at the door. And if you want to buy some online, you can buy it at our website, subsontheshore.com.
Okay, so if somebody wants to find out information, is that the best place to go? Subsontheshore.com?
Yeah, that's one of our handles, subsontheshore.com. You go to our Instagram handles, Submissions on the Shore, or our Facebook. Information is going to be on all three websites there.
Okay. If somebody's never heard of the organization, or maybe hasn't even heard of grappling or jiu-jitsu, who is it for?
This event, first it's a all women's event, so it's for the ladies, like grappling, and then it's jiu-jitsu. So what we're doing is trying to grow the sport of jiu-jitsu for women through hosting all women's events. Mm-hmm. It's just a need. Prior to Submissions on the Shore, there absolutely none all women events. Maybe here and there people threw them, very scattered, you know. And if they did have women on the event, it'd be like 30 matches of guys and 4 girls.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. So we decided to go out and throw an all-women's event consistently every professional show we have.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I actually saw here in Houston, we have a couple promotions as well. There's Submission Pro. And then
Pro Hunter.
Yeah, Pro Hunter.
Eric Garcia.
And then we also have Third Coast Grappling with Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I saw that too last year. I believe they both were able to throw some women's only events. And Ryan did something cool that I noticed. He said, hey, we wanted to make sure they kept the pay scale the same, which is important,
yes.
I think.
That was awesome. He was like, I don't want to just throw. I remember the article. He's like, I don't want to throw a women's show, just throw one. He's like, I want to make sure they get the same type of respect, which is awesome. And that's what our goal is to do, is to show other promotions, show people that like we can host an all-female card. It can be fully stacked and exciting from start to finish. And since then, I would say 3 other promotions have decided to do the same.
Awesome.
So
where are you from?
I am from Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, California.
Yes.
And I saw that y'all had posted this was a 1-year anniversary. Where was y'all's first event at?
Our first event was in Long Beach, California on historic Queen Mary ship. So we had our event in the ballroom on a boat, Queen Mary.
How big is that boat?
It's pretty huge.
It seems like it would have to be, because trying to grapple or on a boat.
It was inside, so it was pretty insane. Like just to be on there, like so. Funny story, when I did MMA, like I fought in the Queen Mary too, but then come to find out it was in the parking lot of the Queen Mary. So it wasn't on the Queen Mary. So I was like, hey, we're going to throw it on the boat inside the ballroom, and it was awesome.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So looking back a year ago, 2020, that was kind of everything kind of breaking out with COVID and stuff. So that first event.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was,
how did that go?
It was insane. So our first event was February 28th. Right, 2020, and some other events were going on where I was like, man, I should push it back a little bit to March, and then I didn't, which was awesome because that day it was packed. We had over 1,000 tickets sold to, like, there was over.
Wow.
It was just insane the amount of people there that it was packed, and then after that event, I tried to book other events, and nobody would book an event because of COVID.
Finding a place to do an event, or finding participants?
Finding a place to throw it, because everybody was like worried about COVID. That was like right after that, like March 1st, it got difficult. So, and that event like propelled us and put us on the map of a promotion. Like, hey, this event, first event out there to throw an all women's card. Let's keep the ball rolling. And it was difficult. We didn't throw an event till I think July. Yeah. No, sorry, till June.
Till June.
Yeah.
And was that in California as well?
It was. All our events were in California last year. And then this year we held our first event in Texas last month, January 30th, and then this is our second one.
Okay, so all of the events, they've been in California,
Mm-hmm.
then you were looking for somewhere in Texas, and how did you end up finding or thinking of or settling with Galveston?
So we have a theme going on, Submissions on the Shore. All our professional shows we want to be by the coast or by like a body of water, to where we kind of give that beachy vibe feel, and that's how we settled on Galveston. Also, there's other promotions, Eric Garcia's in Houston. I didn't want to kind of like go right in there and be like, hey, I'm going to come in and just like,
Yeah.
step on anybody's feet. So I kind of like picked another city, and Galveston just seemed to work out. Like, we took on this hashtag theme, Jiu-Jitsu Island for Galveston. So that's been going pretty well.
Yeah, and y'all had y'all's first event last month?
Yes, last month, January 30th.
It went good?
Yeah, it went good. So what we did is we actually did a cross promotion. We held our event, which still our card was all women, and we hosted an event with Gym Crashers Pro. They hosted their first event, which is a male event. They did a 3-on-3, 8 teams, and winner took home $3,000. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, you mentioned earlier you have a background in MMA. How did you get started? How long you been doing this?
So like I wrestled in high school, college, all that good stuff. I wrestled and coached at Wayland Baptist in Plainview, Texas. First collegiate wrestling team for Texas in college.
Wow.
And then from there, that's where I started fighting Tommy Alcazar in Plainview, Texas, and then just kind of grew from there. And then when I went to California, started doing these jiu-jitsu events for Fight to Win, which is probably one of the biggest shows out there for grappling, the biggest grappling show as of right now. And, I wanted to do something similar to that, but didn't want to completely do the same exact thing. And that's when I realized, I coached women in college, and they still were not getting the same type of treatment or respect as, I guess, the guys, and they needed to grow the sport, and jiu-jitsu needed that same type of mentality. So that's why I did the women's events.
Awesome. So you mentioned earlier one of the things y'all want to do is keep it on the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Look for that body of water, the
Mm-hmm.
ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Is that because you're a fan of the beach, or what drew you towards that?
Man, that's so again, the first show was on the Queen Mary, right? It's in the water.
On the boat.
On the
Yeah,
boat.
literally on the shore. Submissions on the shore.
Yeah, exactly. So our second event was scheduled for the USS Midway, which is in San Diego, and that's on a flight carrier deck. So I was kind of going with that theme, so it just kind of stuck.
Maybe it was on accident at first, or I don't even know.
Kind of. I wanted to be near the beach. Just when I moved out there, I really liked that vibe, that feel, and Southern California is like the mecca of jiu-jitsu. Everybody goes there, lives there, moves there for jiu-jitsu. So you kind of find that same type of like on the East Coast and different things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's your hope for the future? I mean, the rest of this year, hopefully have some more events. Are you looking to get out to the East Coast?
yes, our goal is to keep traveling and keep growing. We're looking to eventually, hopefully, our goal in May is to start throwing multiple events a month. Not just right now. We're kind of like on one event a month, like pro-wise, for the professional shows, where we do the whole lights, camera, stage, and we want to up that to like 2 to 3 events per month. And so I'm just gonna do some work.
Yeah, whenever y'all were looking for that spot and you found Moody Gardens in Galveston, were they pretty, accepting and excited to have an event?
Yeah,
like yours there.
I spoke with their director, who was Patty, and I just was always in talks with her how we can make this happen. And what's crazy is I didn't even see the spot. I just kind of came out here and hope for the best, And they've been really awesome to work with and helping us out. So it's been a good spot for us.
Yeah, but okay. So had you been to
No.
Galveston before?
No.
Never.
Oh no. So yes, I've been to Galveston once, and I have like.
How long ago was that?
Oh man, like 8 years, 7 years ago. 8
Okay.
years ago. And, yeah, somewhere around there. And I almost lost my dog.
In Galveston?
On the road. The first time she was a pup, so the water hit her, and then she
Oh, no.
dashed on the street, and I chased her down the street, so I had bad memories of Galveston. I almost lost my dog. I still have her though, so it's cool.
Okay. Did she make the trip with you?
No, not this. She didn't make the trip.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
this time. She
no.
probably had bad memories
Yeah,
too,
probably.
to be honest.
I know. No, she's kind of came accepting of the beach now, so She likes the water.
Yeah.
That first time though, scared her.
So had you heard anything about like the community, the BJJ community in our area or Galveston specifically, Galveston County or even Harris?
Kind of in a way that not necessarily heard, but more so lack of, I guess you can say. Not in a bad way. Just noticed like through searching and asking around, there wasn't a big presence for jiu-jitsu. I've talked to a few people now, and I was supposed to go train with them yesterday, but had some flight issues and car rental issues, and I didn't make it to their gym, Galveston BJJ.
They were in Galveston, yeah.
Jessica Agrilla, I think. I was gonna go out there, I didn't make it, so that's unfortunate. But
yeah, and I know there's a couple. One of my friends, he's an artist, Gabriel Prusmack. So whenever you go across the causeway, there's art that's on the side of these pillars, and so he's the artist that does that. And so he has a friend, his girlfriend, and she trains down there on the island. And I can't remember the school where she does, but
there's like 2 or 3 schools I've found, so I try to reach out to them because it would have been awesome to have them on the card as locals. But it was kind of short notice when I did contact them. So
yeah. So it's a tournament. It's a tournament style.
Yes.
How many teams do we have, and what's the prize? And how do you come up with like that? You just kind of pick a number. I mean, it's a pretty good prize.
So yeah, kind of pick a number what I can afford.
Right. What makes sense? Yeah.
So 16 teams. It's a bracket format. Winner takes all. Right. One match elimination. The first round, all 3 girls will compete. So it's 3-on-3. After that, moving forward, the second, third, and finals round will be best 2 out of 3. Now, we did a team format back in September, and it was awesome. Like just the atmosphere. It was 5-on-5, but there's only 4 teams, and just it was intense, and like you could feel people getting excited and like kind of rooting on their teams. And I wanted to bring that same format, but I wanted to get more teams. There's no way I get 16 teams at 5-on-5. That would be a lot of work. So we dropped it down to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say 3-on-3, is it like are they like tagging in and out, or like how does it work?
No. So like the teams go up there just kind of like a one at a time. Right?
Okay.
So you send this person, they send that person, they go sit back down, kind of like a wrestling duel.
Understood. Okay.
Just a lot smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have that background in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of where you got the idea from?
The rules, yes. The rules format that we're using, yes. So
yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know if it's like controversy, but with rule sets, because there's different styles, and it's like, this organization uses this one, this organization uses that, and then just kind of finding what works or what's entertaining to watch. Who is this for? Depending, what the rules are.
Absolutely, I think, like for the professional shows in jiu-jitsu right now, the rules, or I guess the more exciting right now for professional jiu-jitsu has been no gi. Gi is still like prevalent in the pro shows, but like our shows have been mostly no gi. This is a whole no gi event, so this will be the first event where we haven't had a gi match. But going forward, maybe we'll do a gi tournament as well. So.
Do you think why is that more exciting? It just is more attractive to people?
So I think because no gi, gi takes out a few rules, like heel hooks and reaping, and in no gi they allow heel hook and reaping, and just gets people more excited, I guess.
Yeah. So it's a 16-team tournament taking place tomorrow. Is there, I don't know if that'd be a conflict, but is there someone who you think is who's going to be the winner? Like which team, like looking at it, or is there some favorites in there?
Well, we have there's fight to win betting odds. You can actually bet on the team.
I saw that, and I was going to ask about that. How in the world that works. I was like Googling yesterday. I was like, how do you, bet on?
So go to our Instagram, and it gives you all the information on there. You could check out the lines for the teams.
Yeah.
So there are favorites, and there are people who you could hopefully win some money off. Dark horse, right?
Maybe. So who is that running? Who's that running through?
So who's setting up the betting odds is Fight to Win. They set up the betting odds, and they have a bookie, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody who's experienced with all the grapplers, and who could line up the best odds. So.
Man.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would like light a fire. Like if I was on the worst team or on the betting odds, I'd be like, okay, kind of get that motivation, right?
That also makes it more intriguing too, I think. And they've been doing that for, I would say, almost the past year now, and it's making it a little interesting.
Are you allowed to bet on yourself?
I don't see why not.
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, like legalities.
Why would you like? Why would I bet on another team? Because then if I lose,
but you could win money. If you lose, then you still win. Maybe.
Yeah. But what if I win? Then I lose that money.
But then you win. You still win.
So like then don't bet.
Exactly. Then you just don't bet. It's better just to stay out of it. So right now it's 9:24. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. My name is Gardy. Hanging out with Albert. Talking about submissions on the shore. It's taking place in Galveston, Texas at Moody Gardens tomorrow. Doors open at 2, and I believe the event starts at 3 o'clock.
Correct. First match at 3 o'clock.
And if somebody's never been to a jiu-jitsu tournament or a grappling event, anything at all, they walk in, what can they expect? What does it look like? Is it like a small little mat? Is there lights? What's going on?
So we have a setup. We'll have a stage, so it's 3 foot high, and we'll have a mats, lights, music. We'll have vendors. We'll have drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, The vibe is awesome. Music's loud, and then you get to just see exciting matches, so like you can have a good time. And
that venue is pretty large, so I mean, is there a capacity? Do they tell you how many tickets they could get or fit in there?
We could fit enough people.
Yeah.
With safe social distancing.
Exactly.
We could fit enough people. So don't worry if you guys want to grab a ticket, you'll be taken care of.
Yeah, we talked about that before we went on air. There was an event there the Galveston Regional Chamber of Commerce put on, and there was a lot of people, but it's such a big facility that they're able to make sure that they're in guidelines and everything else that's going on.
And that's one of the first things I asked before booking, to make sure that we have a good event and safe event for the people. So.
Okay, looking at the bracket, we talked about the odds. We talked about there's favorites, and you can actually maybe even make some money by betting on those. But is there we also talked about potentially local teams, but is there teams that are flying in from other places to compete on this event?
Oh, absolutely. We have teams from the East Coast, Texas, like people flying in from Oklahoma, California. Let's see, do we have any from New Mexico? I don't know, Arizona, Colorado. So 2 people from Canada. So
yeah, that's crazy.
It's a lot of people come around for this event, our event.
I look at, I grew up in this area, so I grew up in Lamarck, which is the city that we're in right now, right before Galveston, and just to see an event like this come in, and people fly in from Canada, all over the country to come and compete, it's just really exciting for me to see.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's why they're coming in. Like, we've established this atmosphere for the ladies to compete in, that they want to be a part of it,
Yeah.
Again, no other shows were doing it until we started. So, and I mean, it's awesome to see other shows. I'm glad other shows are doing it now. It just gives ladies more opportunities to do it. Not with just us, with other events as well. So
it's been 12 events in 12 months. What does the rest of 2021 look like for you guys? How many more events would you like to ideally have?
Like I said, we're planning on picking it up around May, where we get to two events a month. So hopefully another 10 events by the end of the year, minimum.
So past 2021, into the future of Subs on the Shore, how big would you like to see it grow? What's your hope for it?
We're looking to just continue to grow on a rate to where we can have the same type of atmosphere as our first event and this event, not to where we outgrow ourselves to where it just becomes a numbers game. We want to give every competitor, every event the same feel from the first event to the last event. So we want to make sure that stays the same. Whether we're doing professional events or tournaments, or we're doing both in the same month. We just want to make sure they have that same type of vibe.
Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to share this morning while you're on?
Yeah. Our team that's coming out for this event, especially Courtney Carlson, she wasn't with me here today. She's taking care of our 2 little ones. So they would have been running around this radio spot tearing things up. So and I don't think I could afford most of it, so I didn't bring them. Our streaming crew, they're on the road. They didn't fly, so they're driving in for this event from California. So we have a lot of people, a lot of moving parts. Referees are flying in today, and all the competitors that just make this event happen. If they don't sign up, this event doesn't happen. Or if they don't want to be a part of it, it doesn't happen. So awesome that these ladies want to be part of our events.
And how can people get tickets or view it online one more time?
So if you just go to our website, subsontheshore.com, it'll all be right there. Like, you open our website, the link for this event hits you like front and center. And then if you need to, you go over to the little drop-down box and hit events and tickets.
Awesome. Well, thank you for making some time and coming out. I know there's a lot going on, and I'm really excited that you were able to make some time to come and hang out with me.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.